I am Eric Willis, and today I'll be talking to you about the 10,000 hour rule, developed by New York Times bestseller Malcolm Gladwell, based off of research done by Swedish psychologist Anders Ericsson in the early 2000s. This principle says that 10,000 hours of deliberate practice is needed to become world-class in any field. In this video, I will go more in depth with the 10,000 hour rule, explain how it relates to concepts found in chapters 5 and 6 of our textbook, as well as describe how you can use this concept to better yourself in your own life. To start, Malcolm Gladwell's theory of the 10,000 hour rule comes from his 2008 book titled Outliers. In this book, he looks at the factors that contribute to the highest levels of success amongst a wide range of skills. He doesn't just say that it takes 10,000 total hours, but instead 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to achieve this level. There's a big difference between the two because one requires you to push your individual limits and the other does not. In his book, he starts with a study of violinists in Berlin. Those born with talent excel until around age 8. After that, key differences emerge. Those who practice excel. Those who don't see their ability fall behind. Gladwell mentions Mozart as an example. He'd been playing and studying for way over 10 years by the time he wrote his masterpieces. He then goes on to explain 3 other outlier examples to support his theory. The first outlier case study focuses on Bill Joy, co-founder of Sun Microsystems and the man who rewrote Unix, which remains the operating system still in use by millions of computers today. Joy is often referred to as the Edison of the Internet. Gladwell writes, in quotes, "Bill Joy is one of the most influential people in the modern history of computing." His success was in large part because of the opportunities that came his way, which enabled him to gather 10,000 hours of deliberate practice programming computers before his legendary computer contributions. First, Bill Joy attended the University of Michigan at age 16. Just as their state-of-the-art computer center, one of the most advanced computer science programs in the world, opened. Second, computers were rare. They were the size of a whole room and very expensive as well. Because of this, programming opportunities were limited. Joy spent most of his time in the computer center practicing programming. This is a key opportunity. Joy had great talent, but benefited from the timing and opportunity of his circumstances. Bill Joy happened to be in the right place at the right time. After Bill Joy, Gladwell discusses the Beatles' time in Hamburg as another test of the 10,000 hour rule. The legendary rock and roll band formed in 1957 in Liverpool, England, 7 years before they found huge success in America in 1964. Their opportunity to practice live came in Hamburg, Germany, which happened to import bands from Liverpool to play locally. The Beatles went because it paid well and they could play live, a rare opportunity for a struggling young band. The festival required them to play for 8 hours at a time, 7 days a week. John Lennon said, in quotes, "We got better and got more confidence. We couldn't help it with all the experience playing all night long." This opportunity translates to Gladwell's theory on success. The Beatles had the necessary 10,000 hours by the time they made it big. Next, Gladwell discusses Bill Gates, founder of technology powerhouse Microsoft. Gates had a series of lucky opportunities that enabled him to obtain 10,000 hours of computer programming experience before his work with Microsoft. He attended the private Lakewood School in Seattle. The school started a computer club with funds from another local club. Most colleges at this time didn't have such clubs, so this was a rare opportunity for a grade school student. Thanks to the club paying the usage fees, Gates was given opportunity to practice programming on the large computer at the University of Washington. From here, Gates' opportunities to practice computer programming were remarkable for someone his age. He had the opportunity to work at nights on a payroll software while still being a teenager. He also received permission from his school to spend his spring term at the college writing computer code. This significant practice happened before Gates even attended college. Gates says, in quotes, "I was very lucky." Once again, this shows how the 10,000 hour rule is put into play. This theory by Gladwell can be related back to our class a number of ways because it digs deep into the ways in which people decide to go about achieving their goals in the workplace no matter what kind of profession you are in. In Chapter 5, we talk about the concept of motivation with a subcategory of persistence. On the slide, persistence is defined as the length of time a person sticks with a given action. There obviously was a lot of persistence required in these selected people to achieve their desired outcome, considering the time involved. To go along with that, a lot of persistence will once again be required by people in today's world that are going to be trying to follow this theory. Whether it be an accountant, an entrepreneur, or a professional athlete, this theory of 10,000 hours of deliberate practice can be applied. Relating to Chapter 6, this link between motivation, performance, and rewards pops up. If you are truly training to be world-class in a certain field or skill, these ideas will emerge for you. Motivation will lead to a strong performance on your task, and a strong performance on that task will eventually lead to some sort of reward. These rewards can come in both types, intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. All of this will be 100% determined by the situation you are placed in. Finally, my call to action is to have each and every one of you try to become better each day at whatever skill it is that are going to add up to your individual future success. 10,000 hours does sound like a lot of time to set aside to a certain skill, because it truly is. This will take on average about 10 years. However, with that being said, it is clear that it has been done before, and there are examples in this theory to back it up. A little bit of time dedicated to bettering yourself each and every day can make a big difference. You don't have to be a professional musician or computer programmer to do this. Pick out something that will make you a better you and go for it. All of my information in this presentation was retrieved from my personal copy of the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, as well as a summary of the material from the Housley Leadership Program. Thank you.